Hey, good evening everybody. This is Gibran here from RealCO Capital. In my last video I talked about what's driving Alfred John's real estate market, and today I'm talking specifically about the 3-bedroom Nakheel townhouses. This is one of the most actively inquired for and transacted property types in this community. So let's look at Alfred John again. The areas in red are where one, as an investor, could go and buy a plot of land and build their own villa, or if you're a developer, you could buy a townhouse plot and build a row of townhouses. So that's the kind of activity you're going to see when you go to Alfred John and visit this area here. But the bellwether of the community remains the Nakheel villas and townhouses. So zooming in here, we have the Dubai phase and the Kurtaj phase, which were handed over in 2013, and then we've got a third phase, which is actually called phase 2, delivered by Nakheel in 2017-2018. Now the townhouses in this community are highlighted here. Whatever is not highlighted is what we have, what are independent villas. And if you're an investor and you're looking to buy one of these, or an end user and you just want to understand the feasibility here, the occupancy rates are exceptionally high. If a property comes out for rent, it'll be rented within 7 to 14 days. The rental values currently range between 115 to 125,000 depending on the type and the location. Maintenance fees, as with all townhouses, is very reasonable. It's less than 5,000 dirhams per annum. So even cheaper than owning a studio or a one-bedroom in another part of Dubai. And so if you take into account all closing costs, including 6.5%, and if I look at it on a very conservative level, taking into account higher values, the net ROI that you will get at the moment if you buy a townhouse and rent it out is 4.9% per annum. So we've covered the demand drivers of Alfred John last time in terms of its location and other infrastructure improvements. Another way to look at it is what is the supply in the vicinity. So everything highlighted in red is where you have townhouses, and the largest townhouse community along Sheikh Zayed Road is of course Springs, which has 4,000 units, and current transaction prices have actually ranged between 1,000 to 1,100 per square foot. So comparatively, even though Springs is a superior community in terms of an address, its community feel and location, Alfred John is still offering a lot of value for money, and currently prices are between 680 to 720 per square foot for the townhouse. So let's look at price action. This is a 14-month chart, and what we've seen is obviously from the pandemic lows, we've now broken through 2019-2020 prices, and we're at the 2017-2018 level now. But what are the catalysts that we're looking at moving forward? We've got Ramadan and summer, which is usually a time when transactions tend to slow down, but not necessarily. A lot of investors around the world are watching, central bank monetary policy, so that's something you should keep an eye on. The European lockdowns, they're going to have positive and negative impacts for Dubai. So this chart here talks a bit about, listings and demand. Every one of these circles is a property where the owner is considering wanting to sell, and we've got a large network in the community, so pretty much all the houses that are on the market are here in this chart. And so what we can see here is everything in red is what we would call a passive seller at this point in time. Prices between 2.5 to 2.9 million are not current transaction levels. The demand, on the other hand, is highlighted here in green, and as we can see, the strongest demand type for buyers entering the market is around the 2,050,000 mark. And for the type A, it's between 2.15 to 2.3 million. There's very few listings that are falling in that Goldilocks zone, but as you can see, there's still a number of properties which are not far off it. So in terms of actual transactions that have taken place, these are some of the ones that we've done, and we believe we're one of the most active agencies operating in Alfred John today. The highest transaction price that we've seen so far for a type A townhouse is 2.3 million as per the DLD records, and that's one of the ones that we've actually done, this house over here. So if you are a buyer or an investor and you're considering Alfred John, please do contact us. I think we can share a lot of insight and opportunities with you. And if you're a seller or homeowner, I think we can add a lot of value to you as well. So if you like the information that we're providing you, it would be really helpful if you could like the video and subscribe to our channel. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great evening ahead.